We go. First and foremost, social sciences are the fields of scholarship that study society. Social science is commonly used as an umbrella term to refer to plurality of fields outside the natural sciences. The social sciences include cultural or social anthropology, sociology, social psychology, political science, and economics. Also, frequently included are social and economic geography and those areas of education that deal with the social context of learning and the relation of the school to the social order. Historiography is regarded by many as a social science, and certain areas of historical study are almost indistinguishable from work done in the social sciences. Most historians, however, consider history as one of the humanities. It is generally best, in any case, to consider history as marginal to the humanities and social sciences, since its insights and techniques pervade both. The study of comparative law may also be regarded as a part of the social sciences, although it is ordinarily pursued in schools of law rather than in departments of schools containing most of the other social sciences. Social problems and social science. The connection between social science and social problems should be a high priority for all of us, social scientists and citizens alike. Poverty and economic problems, of course, two of the problems we are facing right now. Poverty in the Philippines remains a challenge. In the past 4 decades, the proportion of households living below the official poverty line has declined slowly and unevenly. Economic growth has gone through boom and bust cycles, and recent episodes of moderate economic expansion have had limited impact on the poor. Great inequality across income brackets, regions, and sectors, as well as unmanaged population growth, are considered some of the key factors constraining poverty reduction efforts. Then, social science also has something to do with this in terms of giving explanation to things that revolves around us. Social science, natural science, and humanity. Social science, the field of human knowledge that deals with all aspects of the group life of human beings. So it is subject to change with the changes, the human behavior. Subject areas to cover: behavioral sciences. Natural science, a branch of science that seeks to elucidate the rules that govern the natural world by using the empirical and scientific method. Subject areas to cover: physics, chemistry, astronomy, and earth science. Humanity or humanities. Academic disciplines that study the human condition using methods that are primarily analytical, critical, or speculative. Subject areas to cover: performing arts, literature, philosophy, and religion. Social science is the scientific study of human beings. You may think this is impossible, but bear with me. Both wings of the British Academy for Humanities and Social Science are about human beings. What distinguishes the social sciences from the humanities is not so much subject matter as techniques. The key difference is that humanities are mostly interested in the unique, while social sciences are mostly interested in the general. Social statistics cannot predict how I will vote in the next election, but they can help to predict what most people like me will do. In economics and psychology, the core scientific methods are no different to those used by our hard science, engineering, or medical colleagues in the other national academies. History of social science. The history of social sciences begins in the roots of ancient philosophy. In ancient history, there was no difference between mathematics and the study of history, poetry, or politics. The term social science may refer either to the specific sciences of society established by thinkers such as Comte, Durkheim, Marx, and Weber, or more generally to all disciplines outside of noble science and arts. Various social sciences disciplines. Anthropology is the holistic science of man, or a science of the totality of human existence. Anthropology is the study of what makes us human. Anthropologists take a broad approach to understanding the many different aspects of the human experience, which we call holism. They consider the past through archaeology to see how human groups lived hundreds or thousands of years ago and what was important to them. They consider what makes up our biological bodies and genetics, as well as our bones, diet, and health. We have four subfields. Each of these subfields teaches distinctive skills. First, we have archaeology. Archaeology is the study of human activity through the recovery and analysis of material culture. Archaeologists study human culture by analyzing the objects people have made. They carefully remove from the ground such things as pottery and tools, and they map the locations of houses, trash pits, and burials in order to learn about the daily lives of the people. They also analyze human bones and teeth to gain information on a people's diet and the diseases they suffered. Next, biological anthropology. Biological anthropology seeks to understand how humans adapt to different environments, included as well the causes of diseases and early death, and how humans evolve from other animals. To do this, they study humans, living or dead, other primates such as monkeys and apes, and human ancestors or fossils. Linguistic anthropology study the many ways people communicate across the globe. They are interested in how language is linked to how we see the world and how we relate to each other. This can mean looking at how language works in all its different forms and how it changes over time. Lastly, cultural anthropology is the study of cultural variation among humans. They want to know what people think is important and the rules they make about how they should interact with one another. Even within one country or society, people may disagree about how they should speak, dress, eat, or treat others. Anthropologists want to listen to all voices and viewpoints in order to understand how societies vary and what they have in common. Economics analyzes the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Two major types of economics are microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics focuses on the behavior of individual consumers and producers, while the macroeconomics examines overall economies on a regional, national, or international scale. Economics is especially concerned with efficiency in production and exchange and uses models and assumptions to understand how to create incentives and policies that will maximize efficiency. Economists formulate and publish numerous economic indicators such as gross domestic product (GDP) or and the consumer price index or the CPI. Capitalism, socialism, and communism are types of economic systems. Geography studies the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of Earth. Geography has two divisions. Number one, human geography. Human geography is the study of the distribution of networks of people and cultures on Earth's surfaces. Number two, physical geography. Physical geography is the study of Earth's seasons, climate, atmosphere, soil, streams, landforms, and oceans. Psychology is the study of the human soul or mind or behavior or personality and how these are affected by individuals' environment. Psychology is a multifaceted discipline and includes many subfields of study, such areas as human development, sports, health, clinical, social behavior, and cognitive processes. In the early days of psychology, there were two dominant theoretical perspectives regarding how the brain worked: structuralism and functionalism. Structuralism was the name given to the approach pioneered by Wilhelm Wundt, which focused on breaking down mental processes into the most basic components. The term originated from Edward Titchener, an American psychologist who had been trained by Wundt. Wundt was important because he separated psychology from philosophy by analyzing the workings of the mind in a more structured way, with the emphasis being on objective measurement and control. Structuralism relied on trained introspection, a research method whereby subjects related what was going on in their minds while performing a certain task. However, introspection proved to be an unreliable method because there was too much individual variation in the experiences and reports of research subjects. Despite the failure of introspection, Wundt is an important figure in the history of psychology as he opened the first laboratory dedicated to psychology in 1879, and its opening is usually thought of as the beginning of modern experimental psychology. An American psychologist named William James developed an approach which came to be known as functionalism that disagreed with the focus of structuralism. James argued that the mind is constantly changing and it is pointless to look for the structure of conscious experience. Rather, he proposed the focus should be on how and why an organism does something, for example, the functions or the purpose of the brain. James suggested that psychologists should look for the underlying cause of behavior and the mental processes involved. This emphasis on the causes and consequences of behavior has influenced contemporary psychology. We also have here the last three. We have history, which is the study of the past human in the world; political science, the study of social arrangement to maintain peace and order within a society; and sociology, which is the study of human social relationships,